హలో శ్రీనివాస్. హలో. హలో.
సార్ సార్
వినపడుతుందా మీ వాయిస్?
వినపడుతుంది సార్.
ఓకే.
మిమ్మల్ని కోఆస్ట్ చేసిన సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే.
ఆమెకి హార్ట్ ఇది ఉండుంటది, అసలు లేకుండా రాదు. కానీ అంత
మనిషి అన్న మంచి బయట కక్కాలి మైండ్ ఉంచుకుంది ఫ్రాక్ అన్ని మాడిసేయాలి. నువ్వేది నిన్న శ్యామ
Good evening to all of you, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Sir.
Ramarao garu, good evening, good evening. Karun Kumar
Good evening, sir. Okay, and first.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
Brahma.
evening. sir.
నమస్తే సార్, అందరికి నమస్తే.
నమస్తే సార్.
సార్ నమస్తే.
బాగున్నారా సార్?
బాగున్నాం సార్.
Good evening, Raman Naik, sir.
Good morning, good evening, sir. How are you, sir? Baunda?
Fine, sir.
Chairman sir, నమస్కారాలు.
నమస్తే సార్.
ఇప్పుడే బ్రహ్మరావు చెప్పారు మీ గురించి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఎట్లా ఉన్నాయి సార్ ఎండలు?
నేను ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ లోనే ఉన్నాం పొద్దున్న నుంచి.
పక్కపక్కనే ఉన్నాం బ్రహ్మణ నేను.
మార్నింగ్ నుంచి ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాం. ఇక్కడ ఫిజికల్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాము, మళ్ళీ లాస్ట్ 3 hours. ఒకసారి శ్రీకాంత్ గారు షేరింగ్ టెస్ట్ చేద్దామా?
చేయండి సార్.
శ్రీకాంత్ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. ఆనర్ సెక్రటరీ గారు శ్రీకాంత్ గారు గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్.
సార్ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్. వెరీ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్.
వెరీ హ్యాపీ టు హ్యావ్ యు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ జాయినింగ్ విత్ us, sir.
అయ్యో ఆల్వేస్ డాక్టర్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఒకసారి రండి, కొంచెం ఓపెనింగ్. శ్రీ, హలో.
నా వాయిస్ ఓకే సార్ మీది?
ఒక్క నిమిషం, నాది వస్తుందా, వినపడుతుందా?
నా వాయిస్ ఓకే సార్. ప్రెజెంటేషన్ కూడా వచ్చింది డిస్ప్లే ఇందాక.
వచ్చిందా? ఇది వచ్చిందా? షేర్ అయిందా?
షేర్ అయింది సార్.
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. ఓకే, ఇంక అట్లా ఉంచేస్తాం. ఎందుకో ఇది టైటిల్ ఉంచవచ్చు కదా. అది టైటిల్ సేమ్. మీకు మరి వాయిస్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వస్తుంది అని చూసుకోండి. లేదంటే మొబైల్ ఆన్లో ఉంటే నాకు వస్తుంది వాళ్ళకి. ఒక నిమిషం, నేను ఆడిపోతూ.
రాజు రాజు ఈనాడు డాక్టర్ శ్రీకాంత్ సార్ ఎండలు బాగున్నాయా
సార్?
ఆయన
ఎండలు ఎలా ఉన్నాయి సార్?
ఎండలు దారుణంగా ఉన్నాయి సార్.
ఎండలు వర్షాలు సడన్ రైజ్ కూడా సార్.
అందరూ బతుకుంటారు, మీటింగ్ రావాలంటే భయపడుతున్నారు.
అవును సార్, అవును, కరెక్టే. హారబుల్ ఉంటుంది సార్. ఇంకా మేలు.
రవీంద్రనాథ్ గారు ఎవరు? రవీంద్రనాథ్ సార్ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. మిస్టర్ వి రవీంద్రనాథ్ సార్.
Sir, he's a part-time faculty in our college.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Very good evening, brother. How are you?
Sir, fine, sir. I'm fine, sir. I'm very good, sir.
రవీంద్రనాథ్ గారు ఎక్కడ?
Sir, I'm from Kottagudam, sir. I'm the guest faculty in
Very
the
good, very good.
DPE, sir.
అప్పుడు ఫోన్ చేయండి, నా నంబర్ ఉందా మీరు?
Yes, sir.
వన్ విజయ్ దేర్ విజయ పరిచయం అక్కడ సీనియర్ పరిచయం లెక్చర్ గా కంప్యూటర్ లెక్చర్ విజయ. పర్లేదు.
ఎక్కడ పోయింది అది? మన జూమ్ మీటింగ్ ఎక్కడ పోయిందో? స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. రామ్మోహన్ గారు
ఓకే
సార్.
సార్, స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం సార్, స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం సార్.
సార్ స్టార్ట్ చేయండి. ఎట్లాగో 19 ఇంకా 21 అయ్యారు, వచ్చేవాళ్ళు వస్తారు.
ఓకే సార్. Good evening to all of you. Welcoming and opening remarks on the eve of World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025. Theme of today's Zoom meeting is Gender Equality and Digital Transformation theme. Respected keynote speaker, Engineer B. Brahmareddy Garu, FI Former Secretary and Director General and immediate past Chairman, Telangana State Center. Dr. B. Srikanth Garu, Honorary Secretary, IA Kottagudam Local Center, and Dr. Karunakumar Garu, Convener of the event, Raman Nayak Garu, State Committee members, dignitaries, esteemed guests, fellow engineers, committee members, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to welcome you all to this significant occasion, World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025, where we unite to celebrate, raise awareness about the possibilities that the use of the internet and other information and communication technologies, ICT, can bring to societies and economies, as well as ways to bridge the digital divide. This year theme, Gender Equality and Digital Transformation, is to understanding the gender equality in digital transformation is crucial for building a fair, inclusive and progressive society in the digital age. I would like to bring to your notice that significance of World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025. World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025 celebrated on May 17 highlights the importance of digital technologies in sustainable development with the theme of digital innovation for sustainable development, gender equality in digital transformation. It is emphasize bridging the digital gender divide and ensuring equal opportunities for women and girls in the digital world. The day also marks founding the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, and promotes inclusive access to ICT for all. I would like to brief you about the Institute of Engineers India. Commonly referred as IEI. It is professional body that presents engineers across various disciplines in India. It is founded in 1920 and incorporated in 1935. Headquarters in Calcutta. The primary aim of the institution is to promote the development of the engineering profession, assist in advancement of technology, and provide a platform for professional growth, knowledge exchange, and networking. IA works to enhance the standards of engineering education, ethics, and practice while also focusing and fostering the growth of the engineering community in India. It conducts various conferences, seminars, and technical events and offers memberships for engineers in fields such as civil, mechanical, electrical, and more. The institution also involved in promoting engineering research, collaborating with academic institutions, and providing certification for engineers. Regarding the Kottagudem Local Center is one of the region chapters of IEI located in Kottagudem and serves as a hub for engineers in the region, facilitating various professional activities, including technical lectures, workshops, training programs, and networking opportunities. The center aims to promote the growth of the engineering community in Kottagudem and surrounding areas by providing resources, knowledge exchange, and opportunities for professional development. On behalf of Kottagudem Local Center and on my behalf, I extend my warmest welcome to our distinguished speaker, researchers, students, and all attendees who have joined us today on this pleasant evening. Let us use today as a platform to exchange ideas, inspire exchange, and reaffirm our commitment to World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025. With this, I officially declare that World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025 event open and request Joint Honorary Secretary Sri Karun Kumar Garu to introduce our keynote speaker. Karun Kumar Garu.
Sir.
Okay. Please introduce our
Sir,
keynote speaker.
Very good afternoon, sir. It is a privilege to introducing the Honorable Engineer B. Brahma Reddy Garu. Is a graduate in 1984 from the Institution of Engineers, India, in Electronic and Telecommunication Engineering branch. He did MTech in Microwave Engineering from the Allahabad Central University, PG Diploma in Computer Science of Hyderabad Central University, and also holds professional qualification like CIB and MBA Banking and Finance. He served in Indian Air Force for 1.5 decade in radar systems and missiles. He was member of the IAF technical team to Radar Innovation Center of Electronic SPA, Italy. He served as a vice president in Toshiba America MRI Incorporation, San Francisco, USA. He served as a director technical supports in Digital India at New Delhi, MRI CT scanners and color Doppler systems. He headed the Institution of Engineers India as a secretary and director general CEO. He also served in various capacities in banking and finance sectors for the 2 decades. He was the ex-chairman and IE of Telangana State Center and council member of IEI and chairman All India Student Committee, IEI, board of directors in management of engineers, Staff College of India, ESA Hyderabad, member on governing council of ESA Hyderabad, member of finance committee, ESA, and also he is a non-official member
Ministry
on board
of
of Sainik Welfare Government of Telangana. This is a brief about our today keynote speaker, Sri Brahma Reddy Garu. Thank you, sir. Please carry on.
Thank you, Andy Ramon Garu, for the Dr. Karun Kumar Garu for long introduction. So it is usual. I think
Thank
I'm
you,
known everybody in our Kottagudem Center. Anyway, once again, I thank you for introducing me and giving me this opportunity to present today's theme, gender equality in transmission. And I welcome, we have missed Dr. B. Veera Reddy Garu, FIE. He is advisor to our Honorable Minister Kishan Reddy Garu, Government of India. Sir, I welcome you, sir, on behalf of the Kottagudem Local Center, Veera Reddy Garu. Dr. Veera Reddy Garu, on behalf of the me, also on behalf of Kottagudem Local Center and the chairman of Kottagudem Local Center, Dr. Ramohan Garu, and all of us, sir, we are really privileged and graced to have your presence here. And he is also alumni of KSM. Ramohan Garu, sir will chair as a chief guest, and you can give after my keynote address, please ask Veera Reddy sir to give some valuable advice to us. So I'll continue my keynote address today.
Yeah, thank you, Sab. Thank you for inviting me, and it is a honor and opportunity to participate in this. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Today is we are celebrating as the already the chairman of the Kothagudem Center, Ram Mohan Garu, has expressed about the World Telecommunication Information Day. Actually, this is the founding day of International Telecom Union. On that day, we are celebrating, and this year the World Telecom and Information Society Day has dedicated to the theme gender equality in digital transformation, which is the very important and actually the right time topic on the right time, which was resolved by the ITU Council 2023 in the resolution 1416. And this theme, the theme of gender in digital transformation, actually highlights the urgent need to close the gender gaps presently available in the industry, in especially due to the digital technology, digital access, and affordability, and leadership also, to ensure that the women and girls can fully engage in digital future. And when everyone is empowered through digital technologies, entire communities will benefit. Like say, mother is educated, the entire family is educated. Similar way, if the everybody is empowered through digital, the entire communities will definitely benefit. And access to digital tools like mobile phone and other internet enables also women and girls to participate more, fulfill in every aspect of the life. And now, what is actually digital transformation, and what is gender equality? How the digital transformation must be effective, and let us see what is digital transformation. You will see the digital transformation is nothing. When you are using the digital technology, you must empower all your employees, and also you should engage your customers. And similarly, you optimize for your all operations so that you can transform your product into the most effective product. And what is digital transformation? Uh, is is it is nothing that it is a comprehensive integration of digital technologies into all facets of life, fundamentally altering how individuals, businesses, and societies operate and deliver the value. And it is not merely about adapting new technologies, but about reimagining the all the business process, cultures, and customer experiences to meet the evolving demands. And let us see what are the cultural and other shift, what really is it's a business operations and the customer engagement and customer evaluation. What business are re-engineering the process through the automation, data analytics, and also artificial intelligence to enhance the efficiency also, and the decision making also will be very precious. And customer engagement, that is utilizing digital platforms to offer personalized and seamless experience, especially in banking and finance, that is more and more useful. And cultural evaluation, fostering a mindset that embraces continuous innovation, agility, and adaptability. But according to the McKinsey and Company, the definition of digital transformation is about rewiring entire organization to create a value by continuously deploying technology at scale. So let us see what are the real time, real world examples that happened during the period of this digital transformation. For example, is Netflix. And what was the Netflix? It was a company which was actually doing a DVD rentals, and which how we transitioned from DVD rentals to streaming platforms and OTT, and leveraging user data to inform the content creation and enhance user experience. Another example is Starbucks, which implemented mobile ordering and personalized rewards into integrating digital tools to streamline operations and boost customer loyalty. And there is another company, which is a French company, LVMH, is known as Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, which is a luxury goods company, and it underwent a digital overhaul, resulting in over 40 billion pounds in online retail revenue by enhancing its e-commerce strategies and customer personalization. And what are the benefits of this digital transformation? One is enhanced efficiency. How it is enhanced? Automation and data-driven insights all streamline the operations into one single e-commerce operation, and improved customer service. It is a personalized interactions, a foster a loyalty and satisfaction toward the company by the customer, and innovation of acceleration, digital tools that will enable rapid development and deployment of new products and services, and also competitive advantage. Organization can swiftly adapt to new market changes and consumer needs. And what is the social impact, you may ask? Like like the country Japan, a society 5.0, that is a social impact initiative, which exemplifies the broader implications of digital transformation, aiming to create a super smart society by integrating cyberspace and physical space. Both are integrated, the cyber and physical systems. This vision seeks and address societal challenges through the technologies like integration of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and promoting a human centered, knowledge based society. And what is gender equality? By definition, it means that ensuring that people of all genders have equal access to opportunities, rights, and responsibilities in all walks of life. And what are the key aspects of gender equality? Equal opportunity, like in education, employment, leadership roles, and decision making, all should be equally available to all genders. Then, equal rights, legal and social systems must protect the rights of every individual, regardless of gender. And shared responsibilities, domestic, social, economic duties should be fairly shared among all genders. And why the gender equality? It matters. It empowers the woman and girl, reduces the poverty, increases education rates, and improves health outcomes. And also, it boosts the economic growth of a country. Diverse and inclusive workforces drive innovation and productivity, and also strengthens the communities by promoting peace, security, and well being in societies. And what are the challenges you face when all this gender equality problem comes? Gender pay gap and underrepresentation in leadership by women, and gender-based violence and cultural system biases. And global goals and UN Sustainable Development Goal number 5, which says achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Under this goal, the IT has taken up the present theme for this year's World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. How to promote this gender equality? And in the coming slides, I will detail about this thing, but I'll give the bullet points. Encourage education for all genders, challenge stereotypes and discrimination, support equal pay and inclusive policies, and you should advocate for shared responsibilities at home and work. And the digital transformation must be inclusive, then only it will be effective. What does it mean? The digital transformation involves integrating all digital technologies into all areas of society. However, without inclusivity, this transformation can widen the existing gaps rather than close them. And what is the digital transformation? What strategies we should follow? You can see from this diagram the what are the strategies. The first one is align the on the way and define the business value of digital transformation. And the second strategy, prepare for cultural change, because when you change from analog to this digital technology, there will be a cultural change, and that must be addressed by putting humans at the heart of the digital transformation. And then the third strategy is start small but strategic. You should jump start the digital transformation with an impactful and measurable initiative. And the fourth strategy will be map out technology, choose technical solutions that scale with your long term strategy. And the fifth strategy is seek out partners and expertise and do more and do it faster with partners that share in your the same vision. And similarly, the another strategy is gather feedback and reward. Be flexible, learn from the experience, and adjust accordingly. Otherwise, you will fall back in the race for the business value. And the next strategy, and there are seven actually steps for being a successful digital transformation. That is scale and transform, new ways to improve the emergency, and embrace the change in the energy, and also improve the new ways to get things. That is how the new strategies which can to make the this digital transformation a successful. And let us see what is the current scenario under gender gap in digital access. Actually, today, as per the International Telecom Union, in the year 2023, the data available, women are 17% less likely to use the internet globally, and only 25% of artificial intelligence and data professionals are women. That is actually World Economic Forum report 2022. And also, what are the barriers in this? And what is the barrier is access, affordability, digital literacy, and socio-cultural norms. And these are the other the scenario what why the gap is the gender gap is there in digital access. And if you see what is the importance of gender equality in digital transformation, it ensures there are diverse perspectives in technical innovation, and promotes inclusive economic growth and lead to better social outcome, that is education and health. Why does it matter? The digital transformation of for the gender equality. Gender equality is not just a social goal; it is a critical factor in ensuring that the digital transformation is effective, fair, and sustainable. And what are the key reasons for the gender equality is essential in digital transformation? Equal access to technology and skills. Women and gender diverse individuals must have the same access to digital tools, internet, and also STEM education, that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, to participate fully in the digital economy. And inclusive innovation, that is another factor, the key reason which is essential in this. And diverse teams bring broader perspectives, leading to technology that better reflects and severe all users, not just a selected demographic. Closing the digital gender gap is another factor around the world. Women are less likely to use the internet, own a smartphone, or a work in tech. Addressing this gap empowers of the population. But of late, from the after the launch of 5G technology, since of course 2022 onwards, but the maximum usage started from middle of the 2024 in many of the countries. Of course, in even India has also started, where the even you can see the smartphones are handled by many of the women too. And then addressing this gap empowers of the population there, where because half of the population is women all over the world. And also fair employment in digital era, as jobs become the tech-driven, ensuring equal opportunity in hiring, training, and leadership in digital sectors is essential. Like just I'll take one example now. Digitally, of course, technologies have been implemented even in caps and all over the world and even in India. But how many gender-wise the women are the is has been associated with those cab industries because it's very minimal. So that has to improve and societal impact, and it also promotes economic development by leveraging the talents of all genders and enhances the social inclusion and equity and also drives more ethical and human-centered technology designs and reduces the bias in especially on the artificial intelligence systems and algorithms. What we needs to happen is support for girls and women in the STEM education and also in careers, gender responsive digital policies and programs, and removal of barriers to internet and tech access that equal voice and technology a development and leadership, and that is the where the foster ethical and other data governance will also take care of it. And if you see a case study of sub-Saharan Africa, mobile internet use is there women of 37% less likely to use mobile internet, and there is a GSMA report 2023 according to that. And reasons are affordability, literacy, lack of relevance. And what are the inventions? That interventions are digital literacy programs and low cost phones and local language content. Because of all these things, this gap is still existing. And let us see what are those gaps really is present in the workplace at present, and what are the digital gaps and women underrepresented in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields, and gender stereotypes in education and workplaces. And also, initiatives must be done. Girls who code, she codes Africa. This follows in the next two slides. We will discuss about the girls who code. Then let us see what are the nine common skill gaps in the workplace. One is communication plus interpersonal skills, then critical thinking plus problem solving skills, and third is digital and technology skills, and four is managerial and supervisory skills and marketing skills, and six is negotiation skills and selling skills, teamwork plus collaboration skills, and writing works. Though the lot of importance is given now, even I think 30% seats are reserved in many of the colleges for the girls, but yet the job percentage, if you see, that is much less than the comparative to the other gender. Now, how do you overcome this gender bias in the workplace? One is keep awareness and keep them educate. That is one point. The another one is dismantle the gender, what are stereotypes. That means multifaceted approach should be put. That includes raising awareness. Also, keep the unbiased implementing the training and promoting diverse hiring practices and also fostering inclusive leadership. Therefore, the dismantling gender stereotypes can be taken care and that can overcome, and also promote diversity and inclusion. And this will be prioritize the diversity, what are the diversities there and where one can fit, and inclusion initiatives at all levels of the organization must be taken into so that will be another reason overcome gender bias in the workplace. And also equal pay and opportunities. Even you see the labor other than the digital transformation in general also, the always the gent is paid more than the a lady in any work, and that must be in digital also. It should be equal pay and equal opportunities for promotions must be taken care. Otherwise, the gender gap cannot be filled. That is another one factor that should be used for to overcome the gender bias. And what is the gender inclusive digital policies and what are the needed gender disaggregated data should be there and inclusive of AI artificial intelligence policies must be there and there must be a representation always in the governance by the other gender. Then only the gender gap can be this thing. So now the in India, India's digital India includes women-centric digital literacy schemes. And what is that? It was launched by the government of India in 2015 onwards, aims to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. One of its core objectives is inclusive digital literacy, ensuring that all citizens, including women, have an access to digital tools and skills. And what are the women-centric digital literacy schemes that have been launched by the government of India to bridge this gap, gender digital divide, and several schemes and programs have been designed by the government specifically targeting the women's digital empowerment. In that, one is Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharata Abhiyan and is known as PMG Disha, which is aims to make the at least one person per rural household digitally literate. A large portion of beneficiaries are women, empowering them to use computers and also access digital services and offers a training in basic digital skills like using smartphones and accessing government services and digital payments like e-seva, me-seva. For example, that is can be given for the women for women employment so that they're also digitally will learn how to use this the digital skills and Mahila e-hat an initiative under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. It provides an online marketing platform to support women entrepreneurs and self-help groups in showcasing and selling their products and services. And another scheme launched by the government of India, Digital Saki by L&T Financial Services. This also trains the rural women as a digital Sakis, that is digital friends, to promote digital financial literacy among their communities. And each Saki educates hundreds of other women, thus creating a multiplier effect on that. The another scheme is a National Digital Literacy Mission and focused on making non-IT literate citizens digitally literate with a significant emphasis on female participation. And another scheme is the WP, that is Women Entrepreneurship Platform. A Niti Aayog initiative was given by the Women Entrepreneurs Platform to use the digital platform to connect women entrepreneurs with the support services and resources, including funding, mentoring, and skill development. So the impact of all these schemes is enabled the millions of women, especially in rural and semi-urban areas, to become digitally literate, access government schemes, manage finances online, and participate in digital economy. This empowerment is crucial for achieving gender equity in digital access and ensuring holistic national development. If you remember, when the present government, central government came to power, they have launched Jan Dhan Yojana accounts for all the women who are educated or uneducated. They are to open the accounts and operate. That was one of the first and for gender equity. The scheme was launched by the government in addition to the schemes which they presently done it. And also there is another uh, uh, the impact is, of course, I have already mentioned on that. The women in tech leadership, only 8% of Fortune 500 tech CEOs are women. If you compare in the entire the Fortune 500 technology companies, in that the CEOs is only 8%. But that is actually not the real real picture for the the today's present strength, almost 50% of the population is women. So that means out of 50%, the only 8% are representing this thing, and it is really a pathetic condition. The also importance of models and mentorship, and also what is the example for this? There is one Reshma Sajovani who gave a girls who code. Is she's an American lawyer and a politician and a social entrepreneur, best known as the founder of Girls Who Code, that is GWC, a non-profit organization working to close the gender gap in technology. That is the NGO. Girls Who Code is a GWC is an NGO. What was her background? She was born in 1975 to an Indian Ugandan parents who migrated to the United States. She holds a degree from the University of Illinois, Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, and Yale Law School. And in 2010, she became the first Indian American woman to run for the US Congress. That was her background. And what was the foundation of Girls Who Code? It was founded in 2012 as NGO, inspired by visiting schools during her congressional campaign, where she noticed a lack of girls in computer science classrooms. Saujay identified a systematic problem, cultural and institutional barriers that discourage the girls from pursuing technology related careers. And what was our mission of the GWC? To close the gender gap technology and to change the image of what a programmer looks like and does. And what are the key programs she has and initiatives she has done through the GWC? That is the clubs, free after school programs for girls in grade 3 to 12 to learn what is coding, and summer immersion programs, and that is intense 7-week course teaching computer science skills to high school girls. And also college loops are made campus based networks supporting women in tech fields and through the colleges, and sisterhood and role models, and promotes mentorship and peer support to encourage long term engagement in technology. What is the impact of this as of the year 2024? Over 5 lakh girls reached across all 50 US states and multiple countries, and 50% of participants came from the underrepresented groups like Black, Latinx, and low income backgrounds. So, alumni of GWC are choosing to major in computer science at 15 times the national average for women. So, that is a great recognition for her. Saujini is a TED Talk speaker, and notably, the Teach Girls Bravery, Not Perfection. And other of the several books, and including Brave, Not Perfect, and Girls Who Code, and recognized globally for her advocacy in technical education and gender equality. And how it is relevance to digital India. Although Girls Who Code is a US based initiative, it serves as a powerful model for the India's effort in digital literacy and women's empowerment. And programs in digital Sakhi, PMG Disha, and Tech Saksham, Microsoft and SAP with NSDC are inspired by similar goals, equipped young women with digital and coding skills to thrive in the 21st century economy. And there are, of course, there is a lot of comparison during this thing, and I'm not touching all those factors, but let us I summarize. What it summarizes is Girls Who Code is a structured coding focused platform for girls, mostly in formal education settings. Indian programs are mere broad-based literacy and empowerment initiatives, often serving first-time digital users, especially in rural areas. And both approaches are crucial. One cultivates future tech leaders, and while the other brings digital access and inclusion to the grassroots level. And and now, what is artificial intelligence bias and gender? AI can reflect gender biases if not trained properly. What is AI bias? And AI bias refers to systemic and unfair discrimination in outcomes generated by artificial intelligence systems. These biases often reflect existing societal prejudices present in training data, design, and deployment of artificial intelligence. What gender bias in AI is taking place? That is, it occurs due to the all algorithms treat individuals differently based on their gender, often leading to discrimination against women, transgender, and non binary individuals. Forms of gender bias in artificial intelligence. One is the data bias. Artificial is trained on historical data that reflects genders inequalities, representation of bias, underrepresentation or misrepresentation of women in training data, and algorithmic bias and algorithm that amply gender stereotypes or give unequal outcomes. And what is the deployment bias? Bias introduced during implementation, especially in lending tools or hiring them in the different industries. And what are the causes of the gender bias? All India. One is imbalanced cause, and what data sets may have more male than female data, especially in tech, finance, and medicine. And what is the historical discrimination? And artificial intelligence is trained on fast records, may learn and replicate the existing inequalities. And lack of diversity in artificial intelligence teams, that is the male dominated artificial intelligence deployment. Teams may overlook or unconsciously embed gender biases and stereotypical labels, and data sets may also label jobs. That is, for example, we always say nurse means is a female and engineer means a male, and reinforcing the stereotypes what are still existing. What are the real world examples of gender bias in artificial intelligence? And the first and one is Amazon's artificial intelligence hiring tool that was existing in 2014 and 2017. What was the problem is the tool downgraded resumes the word women's, that is example, women's chess club, because it was trained on male dominated hiring data. Therefore, there is the gender bias that existed there in the artificial intelligence system. And what was the outcome? Outcome was discriminated against female candidates for technical roles. And result is Amazon scrapped the tool in the year 2017. And Apple credit card, this is another problem. Women were offered significantly lower credit limits than the men, even with equal or better financial credentials. And the cause was algorithmic decision making with biased training data. And the reaction was public backlash, investigation launched by New York regulators. Of course, this happened in US, which is a lesson to the other economies, which are like a digital India program in India, and also facial recognition systems. And that is actually accuracy for males is 99%, but while the accuracy for black females is 65%, and white males was 99%. The cause is models trained mostly on light skinned male faces, and the impact is disproportionate misidentification of women of color. And also another key reason of example is Google Translate and translates gender neutral languages into gendered stereotypes. He is a doctor, she is a nurse. This is the a concept already existing, which has been fed into this one, and the Google identifies in the same fashion, and which is not, which is a bias as per the artificial intelligence. And also, is a strong. She is beautiful. Normally, we never say she is strong and he is beautiful, and this is that is also reflects as a societal biases which encoded in the training data. And also voice assistants, like we are seeing Siri and Alexa. And when we say in any TV program, uh, Alexa, please select so and so Telugu movie. And what happens? That early versions had all female voices. Of course, now by default, now it is coming. By default, it was female voices, reinforcing gender stereotypes of women as subservient or resistance, which was not acceptable. And passive responses to harassment were criticized for normalizing disrespect towards the women. And what are the consequences of gender bias in artificial intelligence? And the impact area is employment. Biased hiring tools may exclude qualified women from jobs. Like in US, all hiring is done nowadays and basing on the artificial intelligence and only in online. And because of these algorithms and artificial intelligence systems, there can be a bias of that excluding a qualified woman from a unqualified men may precede the qualified woman for the jobs. And also finance, the discriminatory lending, credit scoring can also hinder women's access to financial services. And also healthcare, that is the diagnostic artificial intelligence tools trained on male data can misdiagnose or underdiagnose women. And safety and justice, facial recognition errors can lead to wrongful surveillance. Also, arrests or exclusions is can happen. And let us say social stereotyping, what it makes, reinforces the outdated and limits progress toward the gender equality. And what are the solutions one should have to mitigate this gender bias? And inclusive data set design. That means ensure gender balance and diversity in training data itself. And then algorithm audits, this regular audit of AI, artificial intelligence models for discriminatory patterns should be identified and it should be audited. Then explainable artificial intelligence and build models that offer especially transparency in the decision making of the AI systems. And ethical AI guidelines follow frameworks like UNESCO's Artificial Intelligence Ethics and European Union Artificial Intelligence Act and other etc. Of course, in India, we don't have any such ethical artificial intelligence guidelines act or anything. And diverse artificial intelligence teams promote gender diversity in artificial intelligence development and also leadership. Bias detection tools use tools like IBM Artificial Intelligence Fairness 360 or Google's What If I tool, that was another bias detection tools must be implemented. These are the solutions that can be done to the any gender bias and artificial intelligence systems to mitigate the gender bias. And global initiatives promoting gender fairness in artificial intelligence is the UNESCO's gender equality in artificial intelligence principles. And also USA another A14A all promotes diversity in artificial intelligence, especially in education sector. And World Economic Forum's gender parity accelerator is another solution that can be mitigated for these things. And also in the Indian context, it is Digital India and Niti Aayog that promotes the artificial intelligence ethics and inclusion, though there was no act, but the Niti Aayog has taken an initiative to frame some rules and regulations for artificial intelligence ethics and inclusion in India, especially in the Digital India program. And artificial intelligence skilling programs, that is Tech Saksham by Microsoft and SAP, that empower young women in artificial intelligence data science. And artificial intelligence healthcare initiatives is also taken in Indian context, need gender-based medical data to avoid diagnostic disparities for Indian women. And it is artificial intelligence has the potential to amplify or challenge gender inequality. If left unchecked, AI systems may perpetual harmful tender to gender stereotypes and deepen further inequality. A conscious, ethical, and inclusive approach to artificial intelligence design and deployment is essential to build fair, equitable, and empowering technologies for all genders. And next slide, as you can see, the big this one, how you address a bias in artificial intelligence, advancing the gender, race, and equality. The real world patterns of health inequality discrimination we have already explained in the how it happened in the, and you see unequal access and resource allocation, that is also another bias, and discriminatory healthcare process what we discussed about the data and other this thing, unavailability of data, less data from for the woman gender than the compared to the men, and a biased clinical decision making is also one of the reason. And you can see from this diagram world how it that's a world data design and use, then only this world becomes equal, equality will be achieved, otherwise it is. And what is the application injustices, and let us see the discrimination data, sampling the biases and lack of representative data sets should be identified. Patterns of bias and other discrimination baked into the transmission distribution system. And that is how biased AI design and deployment practice must be done. And it should be, and the application must be done in justices, and disregarding the and deepening the digital divides can happen if it is not applied, and also exacerbating the global health inequality and rich poor treatment gaps can happen. And also it is hazardous and discriminatory repurposing of biased artificial intelligence. And for this, again, the biased AI design and deployment practice have to be done. And power imbalances in the agenda setting and problem formulation, and also biased and explanatory design and model building and testing practices, and especially biased deployment and explanation and systems of must be monitoring in the practices. Then only the system can addressing the bias can complete in artificial intelligence. Now you see how the gender and the cyber security they both have. One is women face higher online harassment. This is a fact from the data, from the government data available even on the net itself, or even there's for the government release data. And what is this need for gender sensitive cyber security policies are required, because and empower women also with privacy and safety tools. And the gender and cyber security intersect in several important ways, especially concerning the online safety, representation, cyber security workforce, and also the gendered impact of cyber threats. While technology is gender neutral and its use impact and access are not. And what are the key issues that we can do this happen? And online harassment and gender based cyber violence. Women, especially public figures, activists, and journalists, face disproportionate levels of cyberbullying and toxing and trolling and sexual harassment online. These things we have been noticing and many times in this reading in the social media. And forms include cyber stacking, revenge, porn, deep fake attacks, and non consensual sharing of intimate images, and also such threats discourage women from digital participation and expressing opinions online. Therefore, there must be a strong policy and acts that should deter people from harassing the gender biased cyber violence. And also another gender gap in cyber security workforce. And globally, women represent only about 24 to 25% of the cybersecurity workforce. Of course, as of the year 2023 is available, and underrepresentation in leadership roles and technical positions impacts policy design and threat response with a lack of diverse perspectives. Because for a woman, it should be a woman should be included to represent and in the policy design. Otherwise, the only the other gender is making it doesn't justify the the reason for the gender gap in cyber security policies and the lack of gender sensitive cyber security policies in every country. It is there, including our the country. Many national and organizational cyber security policies do not explicitly address gender based online threats. It must be definitely a policy must be there, gender based online threats, because so it is somebody's privacy that and safety that is being under threat. Gender neutral frameworks often overlook the unique threats like how women and other individuals face online. The digital literacy and safety awareness is another factor. Lower digital literacy among women in some of the regions makes them more and more vulnerable to the cyber fraud, phishing, and private violations. So, therefore, the cultural norms may restrict women's access to digital safety tools and also like two-factor authentication and antivirus software are the examples for that. And another examples is India, the cyber crime cells and cyber crime reporting portal receive thousands of complaints from the women every year related to cyber harassment and online fraud. And but no data is available how many cases have been handled and done justification is done. And similarly, the UN Women Report 2020 says they found that 73% of women have been exposed or experienced online violence. And again, there is no report that how many cases have been really got the justice and justified. And recently we heard about deep fake threats from the China and other the countries. It increasingly used to target especially women and especially those, especially in politics and entertainment. And that is how they embrace the cine celebrities and others. And what are the initiatives and solutions must be taken? The initiative in India is Digital Shakti campaign and awareness program by NCW and Cyber Peace Foundation train women in digital safety. And another one is Safer Internet Day that is being celebrated and observed, promotes online safety education with increasing focus on women and children. And women in cyber security is another initiative taken by the government also. Global network to support women professionals in cyber security and UNESCO program and ITU programs that is encourage inclusive digital policies and safe digital access for all genders. And what is the way forward for these gender inclusive cyber security policies and awareness campaigns and encouraging women in cyber security careers and giving them the through scholarships, mentorship, and role models, and also stronger legal frameworks and faster enforcement against gender-based cybercrime can do the justice and avoid these gender based. And what is next? We can see how the cyber security and the gender will happen. You can see from the diagram. Of course, I have already talked all these points and before, but this I have shown in a diagram fashion. Whatever was presented till now. And now this other next one is entrepreneurs and digital inclusion. And female entrepreneurs often lack digital access and funding. You see anywhere, if you are giving a MSME loan in India, an example, how many women are given funding? If you see hardly 5 to 6%, because the women are not coming forward for any entrepreneurship because of the lack of the this digital access and other thing. And also the supportive of why, because it's not inclusive inclusion is the digital inclusion is not there for the due to the which the access and internet also they are very less if comparative to on skills and service. However, the significant digital gender gap also for especially in the developing countries like India and other countries, the gap is much and much. And why the barriers? What barriers stops them? The limited access to smartphones and internet and low digital literacy and socio-cultural norms and mobility restrictions. And all we discussed earlier, up and now we put into the form of barriers, affordability, and lack of gender-sensitive platforms. These are the barriers. And what women-led business often what face challenges like limited access to credit and capital. That's what I was telling. Even as example of an Indian banking, you see the women. How many women are even? I think 8 to 10% only has been given finance under the for the entrepreneurship, and fewer networking opportunities, and their networking agents are more social and more gathering in a country like India, where the women the networking opportunities less for them, and also inadequate digital skills and the infrastructure facilities, and that makes the digital tools can help women entrepreneurs and reach customers via e-commerce and social media. And these digital payments and fintech services, like now every woman also is able to become access to the banking services, the digital payments and digital services. And similarly, access online training and mentorship and markets. And these can have the gender and entrepreneurship some justice to that. And what are the key programs and initiative, that is supportive initiatives, that of course which we have in India. We already Mahila he had described earlier. Digital Saki is also talked about. Tax Aksham is also already mentioned earlier. And what are the success stories? That is the success stories that rural women in India are selling handicrafts and also producing through the WhatsApp, Instagram, and government e-marketplaces and self-help groups. And everybody knows that the government are encouraging in our uh, India also, in many of the states, and especially to manage a micro business, and by having groups of this one using UPI payments and mobile wallets. And home entrepreneurs, they are thriving with the digital platform for baking, especially teaching and boutique and services and etc. And what are the benefits of digital inclusion in entrepreneurship? Increased economic participation among women, and the decision making power will be given. They'll gain, and greater access to education and upskilling, resilience during a crisis, during, for example, COVID-19, many women pivoted to online businesses when it restricted everybody moving on one to one, and enhanced social mobility and networking opportunities. That was another. Digital inclusion is not just a technical issue; it is a gender equity and economic empowerment issue. And supporting women entrepreneurs with digital tools and access creates inclusive growth, strengthens communities, and builds a more equitable digital economy. And you see the role of and here another one scheme, Smart Girls Uganda, of course, that they are not taken, are taken from the Indian example. That is e-Sanjeevani telemedicine services, reaching women in remote areas. That impact is gender equality. And India's national telemedicine platform, e-Sanjeevani, has delivered over 20 crores consultations, many of which serve women in rural and semi-urban areas. The pregnant women, new mothers, and elderly women now access gynecologists, pediatrician, and general physician without traveling far. With the implementation of 5G technology, the telemedicine and other even surgeries have become now possible even at the remote areas. And women in artificial intelligence, Indian women scientists driving digital innovation. Dr. Manjula Reddy, Hyderabad. Her AI-based microbial research is globally recognized. Dr. Neeta Verma, Director General of NIC. She led India's major digital government platforms like DigiLocker, Umang, and e-hospital. You must have seen DigiLocker. It comes whenever we do some digitally you want to save documents, and Umang is the another one where the pensioners can use this Umang app, and the e-hospital where the women are able to use it. Increasing number of Indian women are now holding leadership roles in artificial intelligence, cyber security, and data science with support from platforms in Women in Data Science India and Girls in Tech India. These are the programs. And another one is Internet Sati, a grassroots digital literacy revolution. And the partner is actually Google India and Tata Trust. And they have almost trained more than 30 million women in 3 lakh plus villages in India. And women Satis trained their peers in using smartphones, searching for information, and accessing services. Many women started micro enterprises after going digital, tailoring, farming, dairy, and handicrafts with online payments and marketing. It's a great achievement. And girls who code India chapter and coding boot camps, these things they have gone to the grassroots of organizations and education tech startups like Now Gurukul, Code Vidya, and She Codes in India are training young girls in software development and data analytics in the pan India. Some alumni from underprivileged backgrounds have landed tech jobs in major Indian IT firms. And women-led startups in digital India, the examples is Richa Kar built India's largest online lingerie brand, and Suchita Salvan, she Little Back Book, a tech-enabled platform that amplifies small business stories. How you must have seen this book, how a person has gone and even if you see a tea shop is also nowadays is having a QR code where you make a digital payment instead of giving the real cash. So that is the another achievement for this type of small business stories. Shraddha Sharma is another story, a digital media platform that highlights entrepreneurs with a strong focus on women-led businesses. And the role of education and lifelong learning in India, a catalyst for social economic development, and education in India is not a tool for literacy, and also is a transformative force for social. And what are the key roles and examples? Bridging socio-economic divides. That is another one. The key solution, and education uplifts marginalized communities by providing the tools to escape especially the poverty and the discrimination what it was existing. Example is Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalay, that is another one example, and a scheme for girls from disadvantaged groups, especially SC, ST, OBC, and minorities in educationally backward blocks, offers residential schooling to boost enrollment and reduce dropout rates among adults and girls. And another example is midday meal scheme, increased school attendance, especially among rural and low income families, improving both nutrition and literacy, and promoting gender equality. Education is the foundation of gender empowerment. And what are the examples? Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. That is the national campaign to promote girl child education, led to increased female enrollment in schools and improved sex ratio at birth in many districts. And another example is Indira Gandhi Scholarship for Single Girl Child, encourages higher education for girls through financial assistance at postgraduate levels. And next, other one is supporting skill development and employment by the government, and lifelong learning connects education to real world needs. And example is Skill India Mission and Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana trained millions of youth in skills aligned with industry needs. Recognition of prior learning helped many informal workers get certified integrated in formal systems. And another example we can take as a national apprentice promotion scheme encourages the on-the-job training for young professionals and student girls, and fostering digital literacy and 21st century skills. That is, the digital skills are essential as navigating modern and life and the present new careers in life, and enabling lifelong learning through online and open education. India is rapidly adopting edtech and open learning models, and that is one example is Swayam study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. That is the Swayam offers free online courses from institutes like IITs, IIMs, and central universities, which promotes continuous education for students, working professionals, and also retirees, irrespective of the gender. And another program is a national program on technology enhanced learning, joint initiative of IITs and Indian Institute of Science, offering in engineering, science, and humanities, and preparing the workforce for emerging sectors like education. Now integrates artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, data science, and other future-ready domains uh, enforce. And another example, ACT, IBM, Future Skills, Prime Collaboration, training the women students and professionals in emerging technologies under National Education Policy 2020. And it is aligned with the India's vision to become a global digital hub. And community empowerment and rural development is another scheme. Education at grassroots level empowers entire families and communities. Barefoot College, Rajasthan is the example. Trains illiterate and semi-illiterate women, especially grandmothers for rural areas across the world, to become solar engineers. Promotes sustainability and self-reliance through hands-on learning. The alignment with the National Education Policy 2020, multidisciplinary learning, vocational integration, lifelong and flexible learning paths, and use of technology in education. Therefore, the National Education Policy envisions India as a global knowledge superpower by the year 2040 through inclusive and continuous learning. And what is the way forward? The way forward is government must keep this inclusive policies and subsidies further, and the private sector must do hiring, mentoring, and funding, and academia, equitable science, technology, engineering, maths, education, and also research, and civil society must keep the awareness, and grassroots training must be provided. Therefore, that is the way forward. And in conclusion, what is the key message? The digital transformation must be inclusive, but it should be very, very impactful. Otherwise, there is no. And what is the call for action? Leave no one behind in the digital revolution. The slogan, which was actually promoted by the International uh, Telecom Union. And with this conclusion, inclusion is not an add-on, and it is a foundation. A successful digital transformation, which we talked about seven successful strategies. Transformation is one where everyone can participate, benefit, thrive, and therefore the gender inequality can be reduced. And thank you very much for giving this opportunity. And I completed this, and thank you. And if anybody want anything, you can please.
Very good evening, sir. What's up? This is Professor Ramana, past chairman. Highlights about talk today evening. Really great. And you are stressed about the digital literacy schemes, particularly digital Saki. As you said, conclusion the grandmothers became solar engineers in Rajasthan. And all over you are stressed mentioning about the Acknowledge this in particular meeting, which are going to have NEP 2020. It's a great program, sir. Really, it shows your interest toward the in this digital education. After COVID, everybody became this thing. So, as an Institute of Engineers, we are proud of you, sir. From today onwards, we used to call Brahmad Sahib is not the Brahmad, he is a WWW Brahmad Sahib. Thank you, sir. Good night. Virat Sahib, Virat here. Virat here. I think Virat sir is there.
రామ్మోహన్ గారు సార్ లేడేమో రామ్మోహన్ గారు వినపడుతుందా సార్?
Sir, okay, sir. I am in the line, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, you please proceed further. I think our Veerareddy Saab is there. Please kindly request him to
Okay.
say few words about the today's
I am requesting Dr. Vera Reddy garu,
advisor to Honorable Minister Kishan Reddy garu. He is also our FI.
on, sir. So, sir, kindly give chief guest remarks, sir.
Virat sir.
Yeah.
Vera
Ask
Reddy,
him
sir.
to give valuable message.
Yeah. Good evening, Ramohan Garu. How are you? After a long time, I'm seeing you. When I was in
Fine, sir. Fine, sir.
Singareni, you were also associated with this. First, let me congratulate Brahma Reddy Garu for his excellent paper on this digital transformation and gender equality. On the occasion of National Technology Day, really has covered everything and all aspects of transformation. I think every industry ultimately they have to go for digital transformation. Particularly when you see the developed countries, the woman participation or woman employment is equal to male employment. Then only country can grow and can become the developed nation in every aspect, and particularly so in digital transformation. It is really very interesting topic and very well presented. First, I would like to thank for introducing me to this forum. And I was in Coal India. Initially, I was in Singareni for 32 years. Then I joined Coal India. I was there for 5 years, and presently I'm working in ministry. And I was also a immediate past president of Mining, Geology and Metallurgical Institute of India. So when I was in Singareni, I was associated with this Institute of
Ramanuja Local
Engineers.
Center.
Yeah. I was also associated with it. And I'm happy to again associate with this in India prestigious Institute of Engineers. And thank you. I also want to thank Dr. Ramana Nayak, and he is also my junior in intermediate, and also known him for a very long time. And thank you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, sir. Very good lecture
sir.
from sir. We have appreciated. We have also got a lot of information about gender inequalities, and we wish this will be implemented in course of time, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone wants to speak, sir?
Within.
Okay, now, if no one is coming forward, now I am requesting Srikanth Garu to cast vote of thanks, followed by Janaganamana. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Srikanth Garu.
My voice is audible?
కొంచెం రిసౌండ్ వస్తుంది సార్. Okay.
It is my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks to the significant occasion of World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025, organized by the Institute of Engineers, India, Kottagudem Local Center. First and foremost, I extended my heartfelt gratitude to our today's chief guest, Dr. B. Veera Reddy,
మనం క్లోజ్
Advisor
చేసాం.
Technical Code
చూద్దాం, వెళ్ళిపోదాం మొత్తం వెళ్ళిపోయింది.
Ex-
శ్రీకాంత్ గారు, మీ వాయిస్ కట్ అవుతుంది.
Grace this event with his insightful address. Sir, your words have truly enlightened us on the critical aspects of World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. A special thanks to Dr. I. Satyanarayana Raju, Council Member and Chairman RDC of IEI, and all our distinguished participants, committee members, and corporate members, ladies and gentlemen. I also express my sincere thanks to Dr. Ram Mohan, FIE, Chairman of Kottagudem Local Center, for motivating us, and also special thanks to today's speaker, eminent speaker, Engineer Brahma Reddy sir, for sharing his valuable expertise and experience, inspiring us with the thought-provoking perspective of this year's theme, gender equality and digital transformation. I would also like to acknowledge the chairperson and committee members of Kottagudem Local Center IEI for their unwavering support and guidance in organizing this event successfully. Your effort in promoting awareness in gender equality and digital transformation are truly commendable. A heartfelt appreciation to all the participants, engineers, students, researchers, and attendees who have actively engaged in today's discussion. Your enthusiasm and commitment to this cause will drive meaningful change. I once again extend my gratitude to Engineer B. Brahma Reddy, immediate past chairman of Telangana State Center, for his invaluable support in making this event a grand success. Lastly, I sincerely thank to the Telangana State Center Committee, organizing team, and technical staff who worked behind the screen to ensure the seamless execution of this program. Your dedication and hard work are truly commendable. As we conclude, let us all pledge to promote gender equality in digital transformation by supporting inclusive access to digital technologies, advocating for digital literacy among women and girls, and working towards a future where everyone can thrive in a digital world. Thanks you once again, and I wishing you all a meaningful World Telecommunication and Information Society Day 2025. Thank you, sir.
నేషనల్ యాంథమ్.
నేషనల్ యాంథమ్.
రత్నం చెప్తే
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
जय हिंद.
జై హింద్.
जय हिंद.
Congrats, Raman garu. Hearty congrats, Srikanth ji.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
సార్ 24 ప్రోగ్రాము ఉంది కదా?
ఓకే సార్, ఉంది సార్.
ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి మా వాళ్ళు మీరు పొడుస్తూ ఉన్నారు.
అవసరం లేదు సార్, నేను మీతో మాట్లాడతాను. మీరు
సార్
మీరు ఫ్రీగా ఉన్న
నైట్
టైంలో ఒకసారి
మాట్లాడదాం.
మీతో మాట్లాడతాం సార్. బ్రహ్మారెడ్డి సార్ అంతా అరేంజ్మెంట్
ఓకే
చేస్తున్నారు అంతా. ఓకే సార్.
లీజర్ గా మాట్లాడదాం. నైట్ మీరు కూడా ట్రావెల్ లో
ఓకే.
ఉన్నట్టు.
Bye, sir. Good night, all of you.
గుడ్ నైట్.
Congratulations.
గుడ్ నైట్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్
Bye.
Sir.
గుడ్ నైట్
Good night for all, sir. This is Professor Moinuddin.
ఓకే. గుడ్ నైట్ ఫ్రమ్ మోయినుద్దీన్ గారు.
Good night.
గుడ్ నైట్.
Thanks, Virat sir.
Special thanks to Virat garu. Good evening,
Special
sir.
thanks to Virat sir from Delhi.
గుడ్ నైట్ వీరారెడ్డి సార్, రమణ నాయక్ సార్. గుడ్ నైట్
Thank
ఆల్
you,
ఆఫ్
sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
సార్.